Welcome back to the MVP.
Man's View Podcast, baby.
Back here another week. Give y'all another podcast like we do. It's a little bit different this week. I ain't gonna lie. We all on this week kind of with a heavy heart. This week was a little rough for us. I don't know about you guys. And I think we all concur. It's been a little rough week. You know what I'm saying? Jasmine, what's happening? How you doing, Jasmine? Man's View Podcast, baby. You record. That's Cody wife, right there.
I always want a cameo, all in the videos.
You know what I'm saying? All in the
She
video.
waited till you pressed until we started going. She walked in and said, "Y'all recording?" I said, "Yeah."
Uh-huh.
That's what she.
I know. That's how it go. But I'm gonna skip the formalities that we usually do and ask how everybody week is. I'm gonna just go straight to it, man. First, we gotta say R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, man. First thing we gotta do. I know everybody can feel this. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't see Nipsey Hussle. I never met him personally or anything like that. But just from listening to the dude, whether it was music, interviews, or anything, you felt kind of connected to dude. And when I got that news, first off, that he was shot, I really didn't even want to post it on Instagram. You know what I'm saying? But I was like, look, we got to do it. We got the podcast. I'm like, Nipsey got shot. I hate to say it, but I was like, okay, he got shot. He'll be all right, whatever. Then, like 30 minutes later, it came out everywhere he was dead. I couldn't post it. I just couldn't. Right now, it's still kind of hard to come to grips that old dude is dead like that, man. I think that's fucked up. One hating ass dude out there came in, killed that man at his own establishment, and over some bullshit. The people have their own conspiracies and they think could happen, or who did it, or who orchestrated it, or anything like that. I'm not gonna go into all that. I mean, you can make your own opinions on that kind of stuff. I just want to take a second at the beginning of the podcast, say R.I.P. Nipsey Hussle, and I want to see if the fellas want to say anything regarding Nipsey, how he touched you, or you know what I'm saying, how you feel. You know what I'm saying, Greg, I know you a big fan, so I'm gonna start with you, man. So see how you know what I'm saying. Let me get your feelings on that.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I mean, honestly, we was around for Tupac dying, but honestly, I think for me, Nipsey, it affected me more than Tupac, to be honest with you. The reason being is because not only for his music, but how he was carrying himself. Everything he was doing in the community, like it's a microcosm for what I guess a lot of black men want to, aspire to be. You know what I'm saying? Coming from something wrong from the rolling 60s to really impacting his community in a positive way in so many different aspects. Tech, as we know with the school,
Yo, Greg, I want to stop you just 1 second.
Yeah,
Is that your dogs going wild like that?
It's not my dogs, it's the neighbor's dogs.
Yeah, dog. I'm trying to give you the respect to Nipsey, but all I can hear is dogs in the background.
Yeah, going out there and doing something to them dogs right now.
Nah, you good, man. Keep on finishing, man. I just want to make sure that was you. You good?
I thought it was the dogs that you were talking about in the back.
Nah, that ain't me. But yeah, keep on going.
But nah, so it's just, I think a lot of us just saw ourselves in Nipsey. I know for me, just having a conversation with Marcus, like, he went up to Midtown Park, Cody, you know what I'm saying, and talked to the owner and shook hands with him and stuff, because he didn't actually go to the, the visual or whatever, but he went to go talk to the dude that owned the Midtown Park thing or whatever, H-Town, and, he said, they were just trying to pay their respects. But for me, like, I don't know, man, it's tough. I see death differently because, not saying other people don't, but just experiencing it, even just in the public eye, I just look at it differently. I'm numb to it, to be honest with you, but this one affected me. And I was even talking to my therapist about it today, so, but, I'm just try to do what I can do and you know, marathon continues, man. I got some gear coming, you know, and yeah, I'm straight. So.
Got you. Yo, Book, you got anything to say, man?
Um, like Greg alluded to, you know, when Big and Pop passed, you know what I mean? Like, um, well, I'm put it like this: like when them two brothers passed, only one of those, depending on who you was with at that time, was you repping hard for the West, or were you going to the East? Like one of those, you was numb to, you know what I mean? And the other one would break you. You know what I'm saying? It was one or the other.
Mhm.
Me, you know, growing up, I didn't listen to pop. You know what I mean? I've heard select songs here and there, obviously, you know what I'm talking about. But as far as like his whole catalog, I wasn't heavy on him because I was BIG. You know what I mean? So, um, like Pac's death, it didn't hit me hard. You know what I mean? Because I didn't follow brother like that. You know, it's still I wouldn't no matter whose music or what person I'm picking. Like I don't wish death on no man or woman, no person, no being, no nothing. You know what I mean? Or want to see somebody die. I've never wished somebody to die. So, something like that, it's mind boggling. But like I said, you know, with Big, I felt that. You know what I mean? I think I was at an age maybe like 11, so I understood, you know, his music already, and what he represented. So I just gravitated towards that more, obviously, because of the area of the U.S. that I grew up on. You know what I mean? My ties to New York already. So um, this one though, man, did it hit different. It felt different, and like you was saying, Franz, when y'all was saying like, and I saw, I didn't even see it on social media. I saw it in the group chat. Y'all had said Nip got shot. So in my mind, I'm thinking, oh, he took one to the arm, you know, something like that. Something, oh, yeah, aight. You know what I'm saying? Niggas get shot every day, B. Nigga be all right. Like, it was one of those, like, oh, okay, he just got shot. I didn't know the severity of it. And then, like you said, a little while later, when it was updated and said that, you know, the brother lost his life, that he died, and it was just like, why? You know what I mean? Like start to come about. You know what I mean? It's just another senseless act of violence that transpired and really took somebody away that was doing so much for his community. He wasn't talking about it. He was a man of action, not a man of word. He was both, but his words were his action. And even in his music, you know, the music that I've heard from him, you know what I'm saying? Like, to me, he wasn't a rapper. He was just really talking about like his life experiences and painting a picture for you to, you know, follow suit. What I've done in my life is what I've seen. And I remember one of the videos, an interview where he said, you know, I don't want these children to think that, you know, sports and music is the only way that they can get up out of their situation. You know what I mean? If our school pick up a book, take education, you know, get this, get that. And I mean, the brother was teaching a whole different knowledge, you know, putting on people, giving them job. Like, I don't understand how something like that can happen to a pillar of the community. You know what I mean? Like that beacon of light. And it was just sad, man. It really was, bro. Like, um, that won't hurt. I mean, it still hurts. You know what I mean? I was listening to, I don't know, man. It's something about Blue Laces too on Victory Lap. It's, bro, the way that that shit comes on, bro. It's like I could just listen to that instrumental and just it's goosebump off the bat, man. You know what I'm saying? And it just feels different, bro. It seems surreal, but I mean, while he was here, man, that man was really, really making an impact everywhere he went. Everywhere he went, bro, it was different. And I'm saddened more so that he didn't get to fulfill his legacy of what he should have become. You know what I mean? So I just want to say, man, rest in paradise to this brother, eternally and forever. And that's it, man. I don't even want to harp on him too much, and this senseless act of violence, man. It's stupid. I don't know when it's gonna stop. It's just,
We got you. Yeah. Cody, what you got, man?
Man, just like all of you all and a lot of people, it hit us hard. Just to figure out that it was a guy that was so prolific, you know what I'm saying? Like so tied to the mission, you know what I mean? Like just so in tune with what's going on, but also in tune with what needs to be done to help elevate his community to the next level. And so that would have been the blueprint for other people, other Nipseys, out in different neighborhoods to bring their community to the next level. Um, it's it's crazy because, over the week, probably as a lot of people have been doing, looking up old interviews, hearing the way he was speaking as a young adolescent, hearing how he progressed, the maturation process was amazing just to see. And then he even started with the knowledge of it's not about you. He knew that starting off, and so I guess the interview that really hit me the roughest was one when he was talking about people growing up in your same neighborhood, growing up by you, and developing just jealousy because they see that you become a certain stature in life that you are, and they were at the same level at you at one point. And so he also continued to speak on how he can be, and other people that have made it out of that level to the next level are aware of that going on. And so he was definitely aware of what was going on, and he also said too, he said you could leave or you could still be there. You can leave the hood and not be around there, or you can still be there. And this is when he was younger. So obviously he chose, to still be there because, people around that environment, seeing somebody that's successful, it can definitely be motivation, but you can also have people that despise you. You know what I mean? People that want to be you, and yeah, all that, man. And unfortunately, it chose to be, well, it ended up being the latter. Yeah, I was so inspired by the things that he was doing in the community. His music, great. Loved his music. It's great. I mean, you have people that make great music that you don't really look up to. You know what I mean? This is one of those guys that you love their music and you also love their message. And so they were just something that you wouldn't mind your child. I wouldn't mind my son looking up to somebody that was Nipsey. You know what I mean? And just even to dive a little bit deeper into it, he was a mentor to a lot of people. Um, and y'all know how I am about mentorship and things like that. The most effective mentor is somebody that's actually gone through some shit and has seen that that's might not be the route, or it might have been something, something that was a bad decision or something like that. The kids are more receptive, and when I say the kids, I'm usually talking to more like inner city youth, underprivileged youth, stuff like that. They're more receptive to somebody that has actually done something that they're not proud of, instead of somebody talking down to them. This is somebody that's at their level. That's like, hey, you did this last week? Yeah, I did that, when I was your age, da, da, da. Because they value your opinion more, because you're not just saying don't make easy money because, it's illegal. You're saying I made easy money because it was easy, and I understand why you're doing it. So a kid's going to be like, okay, so he's been where I am, and now he's on the other side of things. Let me listen to him. those are the type of people that are most effective in the community, period, because that's who you're going to get. The kids are going to listen to that person as opposed to somebody that's, trying to give back, which I applaud anybody that tries to give back to the community, period. But just the way that they look at it, if you can't relate to them, if you just come being judgmental, they're not going to be receptive to your message. They're going to feel like you're talking down to them. So until you can actually get down on your knee and look at this person eye to eye and level with them, they're not going to feel you. They're not going to feel your message. Nipsey was one of those cats that was down on both knees, eye to eye. It's like, hey, I've been through this. I've done this. You can look it up. This is my track record. Look at what I'm doing now. What I'm doing now is empowering our community, empowering each and every one of y'all, and showing y'all I'm still here. This is what you could be doing. You know what I mean? And to have somebody like that taken from us, it hurts on so many levels. Like you can't even really describe it, man. It's at a point to where you get so frustrated with saying, okay, we need to look out for each other. That's my brother just because we share a similar, skin color type deal. It's frustrating because the same person that you're looking at might be jealous and might not have the same, it might not be mutual feelings. You know what I mean? Like that person might feel a certain type of way. And you don't know that because you're so engaged in your mission to uplift your people that you kind of slack off on protocol. Protocol would be to realize your surroundings, have people around you and all this and all that. And at times you won't do it. I mean, he was home. That was his block. That was him coming out of his shop. He felt so at home. If I'm at the crib, if I'm at the crib, bro, I'm not walking around the crib with my pistol on me. I'm at my crib. I know where it is if I need to get to it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm comfortable at my crib. That was his crib. Like however many blocks that is, all that was his crib because he does so much for that community. And just to see that happen, it's like a slap in the face to anybody that is still trying to give back. Because how many people do you think see this and step back from what they were doing? I know a lot of people are saying his death might have birthed a lot of Nipseys. And I can see that in a way. But at the same time, people are probably going to start moving differently. And they might not be as involved in the community just because this might have opened their eyes. I know a lot of people have been saying the majority of the time people end up dying in their own hood, especially when they make it out. And you got people like Meek Mill. Meek Mill has consistently said he's always going to be in his hood, regardless of anything like that. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm kind of worried for him because I see the path that he's on. I see his trajectory. I see what he can actually be, especially in what he's fighting for right now. That's definitely a sector of our struggles and some issues that we suffer with as far as a Black community that he can definitely be leading us. But something simple like that can happen to him as well because Nipsey was leading us in an economic point of view. You know what I'm saying? The ownership, all of this and all that. You know what I mean? Like, man, I have a lot to say about it. There's so many things that I have to say about it. I feel like the more I talk about it, the less I'm actually making progress towards what he would want. So I want to continue and enhance anything that I'm involved in. And I would encourage anybody to continue what they're doing and to make sure they're involved with, helping and assisting anybody that you can, man. We need to uplift our community. Nipsey would want it to continue to go on. His mission, the marathon continues, bro. Like he's passed on the baton. The baton, whatever. It was taken out of his hand. And we need to pick it up. We all need to pick it up and just, go our separate ways.
I got you. Oh, man. It's rough, man. That whole situation is rough. One thing I want to highlight, I want to tell people, stop incorporating all black people when you talk about this little retarded ass nigga that just shot Nipsey. That's not black people. Stop saying we got to do better. Nah, retarded ass motherfuckers got to do better. When they got a white person that go in there and shoot up a school, they don't say, oh, white people need to do better. They said, nah, that was a lone wolf. He went up there and shot that goddamn school up. That's the same. I think that's the same mindset we need to get into. Stop saying all black people need to do better. No, that dusty, stupid ass motherfucker right there got to do better. Don't put that on everybody. And his hood loved him. You know what I'm saying? His whole hood was out there. So yeah, that's how I feel, man. Don't do that. Don't put that on everybody. All black people, we gotta do better. Nah, that nigga gotta do better. Don't put that on everybody. That's not how black people is.
I agree with that, but I also would like to interject the fact that there's also a hater in a lot of groups, and I've experienced that as well. And it, like, as far as like I got robbed by somebody I thought I was cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, they not clean me out, but they took some valuable stuff. You know what I'm saying? It's like, just because we were cool, and I'm thinking like, okay, well, I'm breaking bread with y'all. You know, we all cool. Getting robbed off this, like, it be the people that's closest to you. So I understand what you're saying, like saying not saying that all black people, but I think we all need to be conscious enough to realize that it could be somebody that's in your circle, probably extended circle, but still in your circle that doesn't want the best for you. Everybody doesn't want the best for you.
Well, watch this. The problem that I heard was Nipsey told him, I don't want you around me because you a snitch, you inform me, you work for the government. I think if we all have that type of Nipsey insight and know that, hey, once you figure out a motherfucker ain't good for you, you need to distance him away from you. Now, maybe that wasn't the right time to do it. Maybe he should have more people with him or whatever. But once you find out you got a hater around you, that nigga need to be away from you. You need to have some kind of insight. The fact that he was a hater, that he killed Nipsey, and right before then, Nipsey told him, I don't want you around me. Nipsey had some kind of insight to be like, yo, this nigga ain't good for me. You know what I'm saying? I don't even want him around in my stove. I think all of us as, you know what I'm saying, as people, I don't care if you're black, white, Mexican. I'm sorry, what's that, book?
I'm just saying it should have been on high alert, especially if you, even with him having the tag that he has, I was saying that dude, like, I'm not going to get mad at you just because you be like, oh, nah, man, you a CI, you snitch. Like, you know what I'm saying? That was just, he was waiting for a reason. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And in his mind, that was reason enough to be on go time, and he left. But, you know, I'm not watching the video of nobody getting shot, how they died. I don't want to see nobody laying. I ain't trying to see none of that. So my thing is, if that happened earlier, and if you knew the homie and say he's known for putting in work or something, like y'all used to run together, anything, then you know how he gets down. If you saw him and you said this, just don't prepare for the worst. You see what I'm saying? Like, I think that should have been the mindset. He might not have had to have anything on him, but his surrounding folks, they should have been on. They should have been ready for anything. You see what I'm saying?
That's why I think that's why I think is a bigger thing, because Nipsey, I don't even think he wanted that in his vicinity. Like, yeah, Nipsey was the fact that nobody shot back at dude.
Yeah, I understand that though. His security guard book was actually off that day. Mm-hmm. And then on top of that, Nipsey, he hired a lot of felons. So a lot of the employees that work in the OG, in the Marathon store, they can't have that. You know what I'm saying? So the dude, the snitch nigga that did it, he knew that. You know what I'm saying? And I was reading an article today on Los Angeles Times, and Black Sam, Nipsey's brother, was saying he knew that and nobody was gonna have a weapon. So he shot him, came back and shot him again.
He came back 3 times, Greg.
3 times, I know. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Him the last time, once after he shot him in the head.
Come on, man.
You know what? I don't even want that nigga to die.
He hasn't. He pled not guilty, but he got the same lawyer as O.J. Simpson right now.
Not as O.J. That's the nigga that went against O.J.
Oh, my bad. Went against O.J. Yeah.
Chris Darden.
Yeah.
The nigga that told O.J. to put on the glove.
Yeah.
I don't want him to I don't want him to get the death penalty. I don't want lethal injection. I don't want nothing. I want that nigga to rot. And I want every fucking day for them niggas to go to his cell, fuck him up and fuck him. Like I don't give a damn. Like take your own life, you bitch nigga, you coward. That's how I feel.
I feel you. Yeah, they put him in solitary confinement now, bro. So they're afraid to put him in general population because
It don't matter. He ain't safe. He ain't safe. It don't matter where he go.
But it is what it is, man. Like Cody was saying, like all of us saying, man, marathon continue, man.
Yeah.
It honestly it hurts, but at the same time, the idea of what Nipsey laid down, the foundation of African roots, his Eritrean roots, you know what I'm saying? Even them beefing with Ethiopia, like it's deep for him, man. But he knew that. He went there and brought it back to the hood. So that idea of what he laid down, black excellence, investing, doing for your people regardless of the hate.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna keep that, man. You know what I'm saying? Keep that idea.
That's why, I mean, I know you said you was more Biggie. I was more Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So I felt it all over again. It was because Tupac was similar. He would tell you what you want to do, but his music would be some bullshit. But if you listen to Tupac, like the second or third verse, he gonna throw in some positive shit. He got you with all that shit. Throw in something positive on you. And some people would go over your head.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
My thing is with that, it kind of seems like Tupac was giving you a blueprint, and it kind of seems like that was the blueprint that Nipsey was following.
Absolutely.
And that's what makes it even more crazy because you can literally listen to what Tupac was saying, lift up our people. Everything that Tupac was preaching, you can literally see how Nipsey was trying to implement all that.
Mm-hmm.
And it effectively did. You know what I'm saying? He did implement it, but that's what hurts, man. Like we see the progression, and then that kind of goes to the marathon. I'm not to say Tupac started the marathon, but just to say Tupac, he continued it throughout his legacy, and then Nipsey continued it to the next level. So it's gonna have to be another level. It will be another level after that. So you actually do see the marathon between that. That's crazy. I'm just not thinking of it like that, but that's crazy though. It's continuing. It will continue because it will continue.
I want to say this in closing. I just think we all need to be on high alert from our leaders. I don't even want to say leaders, but those people that's protecting the hood and doing what they're supposed to. Like Jay. I think I would have this same feeling if Jay-Z ended up dead or something like that. I would have the same type of feeling. That dude did a whole bunch too. I just think we need to protect our people that's doing what we're supposed to do. I mean, look out for each other, period. I mean, if you know a dude, a hater, he around y'all and y'all click, maybe your partner's on. You need to bring that to somebody's attention, man.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not the right dude to be around us. You know what I'm saying? So
that's what I felt today, Franz. Even me and Franz, you know what I'm saying, briefly, we was in the barbershop.
Mm-hmm.
And, when Dave was chopping me up, he kind of gave me that feeling and, told me on the low, like, hey, like, can you stick around for a little bit? And I'm like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? And he gave me a look. And, Franz, you knew, you know what I'm saying? And I was like, all right, And it made me, I don't know, I guess in a sense made me kind of resent like just niggas, man. Like
don't do that.
No, I know, but I'm just I gotta be honest though.
I understand because I caught myself in that same place.
Yeah. So I was initially like that. I don't know if the rest of y'all didn't feel that, but I did, And I was like judging it, you know what I'm saying? Like what? Like nigga, you got something like okay, you people too, because the same day, well not the same day, but the next day I saw a dude with a red rag walking, you know what I'm saying, down the street or whatever. And he was looking at me, I was getting out the car looking at me, and I was like, man, let me just, you know what I'm saying? So I just gave him a head nod, man, because I was like, man, I don't want to be that way. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what dude got going on. So I don't know where he's going to. But
yeah, man. Yeah. That's all I'm saying, man. everybody working on themselves, man. I'm glad that people like Charlemagne bringing out like mental health and stuff like that. So hopefully we can get a lot of these situations taken care of and people get help that they need, man. Before we switch all the way over into the topics, man, I want to say a quick RIP to Tito Bradshaw, man. We went to high school with the brother. He lived out in San Antonio. A drunk driver hit him while he was riding on his bicycle, and killed him basically. And that was a little rough, man. It happened the day after Nipsey died, man. So it's been a rough week. So we want to say RIP Tito, man. You know what I'm talking about? So yeah. I ain't got no music to change the mood, unfortunately. I know it started off, but this is kind of how my week been. I've been kind of a little down and gloomy.
Yeah.
And then it didn't help that I got on 2K and we've been getting our ass whooped all week. I mean, god damn. I can't get no wins on 2K. Huh? Yeah,
yeah, we had a missing piece, but you definitely weren't there. So we was taking them thrashing.
I'm pumping his head up, nigga. I mean, I'm pumping that nigga head up.
I mean, he won't. He won't.
Real nigga. Thank you, Greg. I appreciate you. Well, I tell you,
I'm sorry. I apologize. I love all you brothers.
The clip, right? Always one. Right? Yeah, it's always one.
Nah, man. I apologize. I just want to tell you brothers, I love y'all. I'm gonna tell y'all why y'all here, because I don't want nothing to happen to y'all, and then I gotta tell y'all on a podcast that y'all niggas ain't here. So I want to tell each one of y'all, all my boys, it don't even matter. I don't care if I have contact with you. I want to say I love you guys. Get yourself together, and hopefully we can avoid the crazy as much as possible, man. You know what I'm talking about?
Sure.
Yeah, but Book, I'm gonna go and let you hold it, man. You say you got some topics, man. So we're gonna rock this.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
No, like you said, we don't took you down a heavy-hearted moment. You know what I'm saying, segment, but let's try to bounce back a little bit, have a little bit of fun. All right. Try to pick the spirits back up. All right. I got a couple. I know I got one for sure that's gonna hit, while I'm tap into y'all minds. It's gonna pertain to y'all three more so than it will me. Okay. So when that time comes, I'll leave, give my answer, and slide out the way. Okay, do my little temptation slide out the way. All right. So I want to talk about. Well, let's go funny first then. All right. Kevin Hart has a new special.
Or lack thereof.
Hey, hold up now. Save it. Kevin Hart got a new special out, everybody, called Irresponsible. It's on Netflix. Came out on the 2nd. All right. So as a homework assignment, I made sure I told the fellas, hey, man, let's make sure we watch this. That way we can chop it up. Okay?
But so before you start, Book,
yes.
Gregory Gray.
Yeah.
You watch it.
You do your homework. I watched it. I watched it.
Okay.
I saw Patricia in here. But I watched it.
Okay, go ahead. But my bad. I just want to make sure I can't get right started.
Make sure everybody get homework, because you would hit us with, I only watched 15 minutes of it. Yeah, power episode. Terrible.
I watched it.
All right. So what I want to know is, in your own mind, Cody kind of shared his part, but I want to know, did he hit a home run, or has he taken a step back in his comedic stand-up genius? That's what I want to know. Compared to what you've seen from this brother, what is his trajectory? Is he moonwalking, or is he on the treadmill going forward? I just want to know. Y'all tell me. Tell me what you thought about it.
I'll let you go first. I let Cody back up. So.
Okay. This is what I want to say about Mr. Kevin Hart.
Yes, sir.
I thought the point of the stand-up was more to get his ideas out and to be funny. I think he tried more of the Dave Chappelle route of like, let me tell this story and then hit you with a joke in there and to like tell my truth and still hit you with a joke. But Dave Chappelle is just more funny at doing that. I mean, he's
the originator of it.
He's the king of that.
Yeah, it really is.
Kevin Hart, he had funny parts in there. I'm not gonna say the shit wasn't funny.
Yeah.
He had funny parts in there that had me rolling. But
Give me an example.
man, he had some funny parts in there, man.
Give me an example.
Oh, Cody, hold on.
No, don't. You ain't gotta give your truth, like Cody. You give yours, and then be like,
I don't have an example. What I'm saying is,
"Oh, you trying to find one? Okay."
he had maybe a point to where I might have smiled, but I never opened my mouth to actually laugh.
You know,
Wow.
say, "Oh, this is perfect. This is perfect." Cody's like the guy when
With the beard.
so excited.
Yeah.
It wasn't a joke. It wasn't even the joke. That's what, for me, it's not even the joke that he does that makes me laugh. It's the other shit. He was like,
I
like
know.
so exciting.
Yeah, traditionally, yeah, but I anticipated that whenever he did it because a joke wouldn't land and then he'll throw something else on there. And I'm like, yeah, I see what he's trying to do. He's trying to.
But that's what he did with the guy. The guy that was in there when he was like,
Yeah, he was with the girl. He had a beard. He was sitting in the front row, big dude.
yeah, he was like, what, you didn't catch the joke? Because you know how they write the numbers, this line, and it looked like I thought you should have laughed a little bit harder. Like, no, nigga, it wasn't funny until you said, so exciting.
Yeah.
It was hilarious.
It didn't do it for me, man.
I thought it was okay, man. I thought it was okay. If you watch his last couple stand-ups, that's what they've been like. I mean,
They've been consistently doing just like this.
nah, I think he. If you've ever been to his show,
I went to the show with you.
Exactly, and you know that the funniest niggas is the ones that come before him.
Correct.
Oh, bro. Yeah.
Frank is the funniest nigga on the Plastic Club Boys.
No, I like Now I'm Lying.
Nah, Frank the funniest one.
Now I'm Lying.
Frank is funny.
Yeah, Naeem is good too. But Frank had me laughing so hard, I didn't have nothing left for Kevin Hart when he came out.
I didn't have nothing left off of them two niggas, like back to back. Bruh, by the time it got to Kevin, I was like, bruh, you better be you should have took their material and you should have gave them yours because them niggas was, bruh, I was in there with a 24 pack of abs. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I had abs on top of the abs. Like, bruh, them niggas had us.
I might have to check that stuff out. I mean, I've seen a little bit, but.
Greg, Spank is the funniest Plastic Cup boy. He's the funniest one out of all of them, to me.
Yeah.
Naeem, but Kevin Hart is the biggest star, man. So, I mean.
Right. I mean, but I do appreciate that he putting his boys on.
No, I love that, and that's what you should do regardless of anything. I love that. Now that's totally different from him doing stand up. Him doing stand up, and then him as the businessman, and putting his boys on. I love that. That blueprint is flawless in my opinion.
Yeah.
He take partners. They real cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, I love that part of it, but
you just.
Man, I wasn't feeling this. I wasn't.
I said, you think you need to pass the torch on the stand-up? He just need to get
out. I don't want him to pass anything because I know he's still getting his money off of it. I just know myself. You see what I'm saying? Let him still do it because obviously it's still a lot of people that's still feeling that. Me, as being like a day one fan, knowing this man from Paper Soldier, Soul Plane, like all this, I'm still a fan of his, but stand-up is not where I like him more in movies. You know what I mean? Because when he does this stuff in movies, I can laugh a little bit more in the movies. I can laugh a little more in the movies.
So do you think
because he tried to do stuff that he does?
Is that type? Is he Hollywood? Is he too Hollywood now that he ain't funny no more in stand-up?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how you feel, Cody?
To me, yeah.
Right.
He aspires to be Chris Rock level of famous.
Mm-hmm.
Dave Chappelle level.
He's past Chris Rock's level of famous.
Yeah, he's that. Yeah.
No.
Love them some Kevin Hart boys. Not saying they don't love Chris Rock.
No.
Kevin Hart.
And Dave Chappelle had that other demographic, and that came naturally.
It did.
Hart. I don't want to say he's fighting, but he's more focused on trying to get that side to gravitate towards him. He has a couple, But
Nah, it's not
when you
more than a couple. He has more than a couple from that side.
compared to
What I
them,
will
he
say
don't
is,
have enough. Compared to them, he don't have enough. That's just me. And you saw it on what's their show? Real Husbands of Hollywood, right?
Man,
They did
yeah.
like they did a little skit, right, where Chris Rock went in there and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm endorsing." You know what I'm talking about? Kevin Hart going and try to do the same thing. He get arrested. Like it's not the same level, bro. You're not on my level.
no, that was
And
it.
I know that was acting, but I think that was all facts. Like I don't think Chris Rock was lying, bro.
That show though. The fact that he came up with that show and put that out there, I like that.
That was
I
dope
think
too.
Yeah.
correct.
Oh,
That's what I'm
no.
saying. Like,
No,
I
I'm
think
not. I'm not
he
knocking
knew
his
his line.
ideas.
He-
I'm not knocking his ideas, but his comedic value. Well, Greg, you haven't given your POV yet.
I mean, I like the stand up, man. It was funny. Me and P was laughing a little bit, but I mean, like I'm old school, man. Like I like Richard Pryor and like Eddie Murphy. And, you know what I'm saying? I mean, so I see it differently, and not like that, but you know, like Cody said, like we ain't seen them in movies before, like not just new audience. We've been rocking with Kevin Hart all our group for a while. You know what I'm saying? So I guess I expect a different standard. But I don't know if that's unfair or not, but that's just how it is. You know what I'm saying? And especially being on Netflix and kind of how Chris Rock's last one and Dave Chappelle, both of his on Netflix. I'm like, Kevin Hart coming? Okay, so he's gonna bring it. And I mean, he did, but you know, at the same time, I looked over and Patricia was asleep halfway through the thing. So I'm like, okay.
Because he didn't bring it.
That lets you know. That
Yeah,
lets
I
you know.
mean, and she loved to laugh, man. Even though she be getting it in my ass, she loved to laugh. So.
You let her do what to your ass?
I
What
mean,
to your ass?
huh?
Give an animal. Give an animal to the ass.
No. He ain't said that.
I know he
He
said
said
Emma's
Emma's
ass.
Emma, not my
daughter.
Oh,
I know what he said.
Oh, that's Brooke. That's Brooke.
I thought you said. I
Animal.
thought you said she be getting in my ass.
No, she get in my ass too. But I mean, I'm just saying, not whatever.
You put the ice cubes in it, right?
Whatever you talking about, no.
You put the ice cubes.
Nah.
You listen?
But she about one knuckle or two knuckles in.
That
Hey.
One, two knuckles.
If it's half, I ain't gonna judge you. I ain't gonna judge you if it's half. But if it's beyond this,
book.
if it's beyond this, there's
Yo, wow. Nah, none of that. That's all fucking ice cube.
Make sure you clean.
I'm good.
Well, my testament to this is yeah, the brother is doing a smooth moonwalk. His last three for me have not been funny at all. The one I can't remember the titles. The one he did in Philly, I ain't like that.
Is that the all right?
No, hell no. That's the orangutan. Really? That's that one. Really?
That was the last funny one though.
That one was all right though. That one was.
I didn't like it.
You like that one?
The one before that, is that Help Me? Yeah.
That was.
I think that's that one. Yes.
I don't know which one it is, to be honest with you.
I can't remember.
I'm put like this, man. My favorite one that he's done was Seriously Funny. Because that shit was seriously funny. That's when he was in Cleveland.
Is that the one y'all went to? Is that the show y'all went to? No.
Huh?
That's
that's the show y'all went to.
That's the all right.
No, we went to which one? The way my account is set.
I went to three of them.
Oh.
You went. I went to one.
I went to one with you. I went to one with Cody. I think.
That's why I forgot about Cody. Okay, that's why. All right.
Yeah, because Jarrell went to the one that we went to. It was in Austin. That was like 2010, maybe.
Yeah.
Austin. 2010, 2011. That's when that was. And that was. I think that was the funniest one. I can't remember which one was that one, Franz.
I can't remember, man.
You saw the one Say It With Your Chest. That's the one I saw. I saw Say It With Your Chest. Little ass hit. That's the one that I saw.
Yeah.
But like that one was hilarious, man. I'm a grown little man, hilarious, and that was his first one. You know what I'm saying? Like all of those was hilarious to me, and now I'm just like, I was crying. I'm talking like, nigga, I can't just cry. Like I sweat cry. Like I start sweating and it's just because it's so damn funny, man. I can't catch my fucking breath. Like it's one of those like nigga trying to kill me for real. Like now, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's not as funny. You know what I'm saying? Like I got that thug laugh. Like nigga, you ain't funny. Like it's one of those. Like this one, I just felt, man. Like Greg said, it's not bad for you to watch because I mean it is Kevin Hart. It's not terrible, but when I'm sitting here and I'm comparing them to what you've done in your past, this ain't it. This ain't it. These Saucony's compared to the pair of Nikes that you was rocking. This ain't the same flavor, baby.
And the same thing is what you're saying. Like Saucony's had their own run when Saucony's was hot.
Yeah, that's over now, though.
Yeah,
that's over.
Exactly.
So I'm just like, you know, he had moments. Like I said, like what I take away that's funny, it don't even be the joke. It just be the one-liners and how he delivers it.
Yeah, he
so
exciting. He tries to do, and so I guess it might work. It might still work, but I guess I look a little bit differently at this point. You know what I'm saying? So I know he's gonna actually try to throw in something else behind that joke because you know it didn't land. So I'm critiquing him a little bit more at this point. So when I see that, I probably would have laughed, but I anticipated.
But you ain't at least laugh at the joke. You ain't laugh at the joke when he was talking about the guns and hiding them in different places. You ain't even at least laugh at that. That shit was funny, man.
I smiled. I smiled. And he loved it. He loved it.
He did it all. He was so hard.
He loved it.
Yeah. That shit was funny.
In the laundry room.
He said, let me wipe my ass and this shit was funny, man. Come on, bro.
I didn't laugh, man. I didn't. I don't know.
Oh, you break in while I'm masturbating on the couch, huh? Oh.
Oh man. Yeah, some funny moments.
The Genius app is I don't recall anybody taking one joke that they say at the beginning of the show and then making it a haymaker at the closeout. When he was now the whole porn thing.
He tried to do the spit scene.
That whole thing, exactly. That whole thing was funny though. Like when he's talking about porn, for me it's funny as shit, nigga, because I'm porn watching. So
but no,
for me,
he didn't even. It didn't make sense to me because he spit on the forehead. It wasn't in the mouth. He said it was on the forehead. Right?
That was funny, man.
Yeah, but it don't matter. Spit is spit, nigga. I don't care where you put it. Like, nigga, did you spit on me? Like, don't do that. Don't bring this out. You know what I'm saying? So how that was set up right there, and then at the end, you know, just a little flick of spit from Seal, and she had it like I thought that
he was following Dave Chappelle on that one.
Yeah,
I think that was beautifully done, though, and I think that was like so he ended it perfectly. So what you failed to do throughout the rest, like bringing that and encompassing it at your closing, like it made it like I can't even be mad at the middle because you left me with a laugher. You know what I'm saying? So,
but I saw it coming. I knew he was.
I didn't see it coming.
I didn't know. I didn't know whether it was going to be the spit. I knew it was going to be some type of deal to where he tried to bring it back to the end. And so when he got to the it was kind of off guard the way it happened. I give him that.
That thing funny, man. It started off real slow when he's talking about his kids and you know them cussing. I'm like, you know the baby situation. What do you call him? A brilliant baby.
Great baby.
Right. The great baby.
Mm-hmm.
Baby, like.
That was funny, man. Come on, man.
I'm not gonna say
funny,
that.
Man.
That was like I've never heard a black person say "pardon me." I say "pardon me" all the time, actually. So you know, I say that to the other skinned people. You know what I mean? I say "pardon." You know what I mean? I don't say "excuse me" or "my bad." I just pardon me. You know what I mean? Like, this brother got knowledge. Yes, I do, bitch. You know what I'm talking about? So I like to play that game with the niggas. You know what I'm talking about? I might look how I look. I got tattoos, but trust me, I'm an educated brother.
Bro, and at that point, you just say, I just look like this. What were you about to say?
Bro,
Yeah.
I mean, but you ain't see the funny in that, like how he talked about how the dog doo-dooed and shit. He act
And
like
he
he ain't see
came
his
back
wife.
around.
And then he came back around with his wife talking about, yeah, I saw a baby do that, but I act like I ain't see it.
Yeah.
That's
And I act like I was asleep.
yeah, like that shit was funny. Man.
Came back
That's
to him.
exactly me.
Like, don't get me wrong, it's not one of his strongest stand-ups that
It
he
was
had, but it was
not.
all right. His
You don't
only
get enough.
job as a comedian is to make you laugh. And
So
chuckle.
what we gonna grade it then? We gonna grade it A through D? Like, what would you give it for?
A through D is safe. A through D is safe.
Okay.
I get that nigga. Am I comparing it to other stuff though? To his others or
No,
just?
man. This
It's
is how
all
you
right.
feel about
Yeah,
it.
don't compare to other stuff. It's all
No,
right.
let's not give a D. Let's not give a D because I'll say a bad grade. I'll get a nigga C plus if we go to a D. So, let's just say to C minus, like Franz gave me last week for us and movie ratings. I'm getting a nigga a. I'm still getting a nigga C plus. I'm still giving C plus.
Okay.
A B is too generous, like for real. Like I'm just getting a nigga C plus. Like it was okay. If I watch it, cool. If I didn't watch it, I would have felt like I didn't really miss nothing.
I'm gonna give him not a B minus but a B. You know what I'm saying? Not a B plus. I give him a B because I enjoyed it. Not well, he had me laughing all day like maybe 85 South or somebody would, but he was right. It was nice. It was a nice little pace to it. Yeah, it was like you can count when you was gonna laugh. Like, okay, let me tell a story, build it up, and then you laugh. I'm fine. I give it a nice B, right in the middle. It's okay. It's good. I didn't hate it. I'm good with that. I give it a B.
Cody getting that D plus ready. I see his face.
Now he said we only going to a C minus.
Oh,
That's it.
oh,
You can give it a C minus. That's the hardest you can go.
yeah.
You're not gonna let you fail a black man. You're not gonna fail a black man on Fantasy Podcast.
I give it a B minus.
I give him a B minus then.
Yep.
I give him a B for black. B minus. B minus.
B for black.
Yeah, B for black. Yeah, B minus. Give him a B minus though. B minus. B minus. Make that clear. B minus.
B minus.
And Cody, just to mind you, your degree is black. You say it on your shirt, nigga. Now what you gonna give Kevin Hart?
A C minus.
I knew it. I knew
He could. The C is for could have
it. I
been better.
knew it. Oh, Lord.
Here, boy.
That's what we got.
Jeez.
Oh, that boy rough, boy. You gotta dance around and do splits for this nigga to laugh, boy. Good God.
Cody wasn't excited. It's all right.
Not at all.
It wasn't,
Go ahead and hit your next with that book, man. This nigga tough right here, boy. Good God.
Okay. All right. This might be a quickie, but we'll see how we chop it up. What I want to know is it fair to overlook Cardi B robbing folks just because they was trying to elicit sex, or should she be held to the same standard as these fellas be with this Me Too movement and all this other hoopla? Please, I digress for the fellas to chop that up and let me know their thoughts. Cardi B out here stripping. Guys want to have sex with her. She leaves, goes to the hotel, robs them cold. But she was drugging them niggas. So, talk to me.
You know,
I want to
bring
bring up. Go ahead.
I said I don't mind going first, but y'all can go.
Nah, let
Talk to me, anybody. Go ahead,
I'll
Coach.
talk off experience. I can remember going to a strip club in Atlanta when I was in school. It was called the Foxy Lady. I went to that strip club, and I ain't have no money like that. You know what I'm saying? I had a little bit of money. There was a particular dancer that took a liking to me. Now, I don't think that I was, I probably looked like a mark, right? So she came over there and thought she was gonna be able to get some money out of me. I was like, nah, I'm drunk too, so I'm sitting there talking. I'm like, whatever I said to her. I don't know what I said to her. We ended up exchanging numbers. She wanted me to come to her crib. As convenient as anything can be, it was right around the corner.
Yeah.
And I was like, nah, I got to go to the crib. So I went to the crib. And so I went to Mama and them spot because, Mama and them stayed up there in Atlanta. I went to school, I was down in Fort Valley or whatever. So she texted me and wanted me to come through. And I was like, nah, I ain't going to be able to make it over there. So she tried to make it seem like I was really a big deal when I didn't spend, man, I spent less than $50 that night. But she shared numbers and stuff like that too, right? So okay, so I'm thinking in my head, oh, I'm special. I'm a special person that she really want to talk to me. I'm this, I do look good and stuff like that. So she trying to holler at me. So that's what I'm thinking. But the way she's hitting me up is kind of aggravating. So I'm like, okay, she hit me up a little bit more than she probably should. So the next morning, I woke up and she was like, yeah, you still gonna come over here today? Da, da, da. And I was like, yeah, I'll see what I can do. Da, da, da. I couldn't do it. I knew I could, but I was still just trying to keep the conversation going because I could have set it up for another time in my mind. You know what I mean? And that never worked out. But come to find out, I ended up meeting a partner that was from that area of town, and so I was talking to him, and we ended up talking about different spots because he was from a couple of different. Well, he stayed in a couple of different spots. Mostly he was from I'm saying the Southwest side or whatever, and so he was saying how they used to how the strippers used to set people up, and I was like, okay, out of what club? And he told me the Foxy Lady, and I said, okay, yeah, I was up at the Foxy Lady. This was probably could have been a couple of months in between. But I was like, yeah, this one girl hit me up. She wanted me to come through and da da da. And he said, bruh, it's a good thing that you didn't do that because there is literally a path from the Foxy Lady back to the projects behind it. And that's exactly where they go on stick jokers up. And they get their bread off of da da da. So I was like, man, she tried to set me up there. He was like, oh yeah, that undoubtedly she tried to set you up. And I was like, well, she wasn't gonna get nothing. I said she wasn't gonna get nothing. I just would end up shot, and y'all would have nothing. But my little car that I had, he was like, yeah, good thing you didn't do it. Da, da, da. Man, yeah, I almost got got. That's what
I want to
go ahead.
The podcast. I'm sorry. Y'all see how Cody brought back that around? How he had just got robbed by his partner and then went to the Foxy Lady and ain't had no money. So all that time together, real Kevin Hart style. Go ahead, Cody. Keep going. But you gave the brother C money. Go ahead.
Because I'm
so
not. And see, so why would I pay for somebody to do something that I can do? You can get on the man's podcast and get this.
He did it on the second. This is after the second.
Yeah, but nah, it was scary though because I was like, man, if I was at a point to where I was gonna holler at that girl, I'd have been God. Because she even said she had a little girl and we could just chill. And I didn't have JR in or whatever, but I always loved kids. So when she said, I was like, yeah, I chill. But it didn't work out. Man, I could have got. And the fact that I talked to my partner, he said there is literally a path to where they go.
Good, man.
Man. Yeah. And so to jump back on the topic. Sorry.
Thank you. I was about to say he never answered the goddamn question.
No, I'm jumping back on the topic. I'm just saying
He building it up.
Where it could have been at. So
you good, though. You paint your picture, man. I know. You straight.
You're all right.
You're all right. All right. But nah, she's definitely wrong for it. And I understand what my boy Carlos Miller said. Hey, you was already soliciting, so you was illegal. I get it. You was illegal, so you was already soliciting. So that is what that is, but you can't justify the fact that she was actually drugging people. Like, if she's drugging somebody and taking their money, how can you say that that's right?
Yeah.
That's wrong all the way around. She is drugging people. But if you switch it and say we drug them, that'd be a whole different story. So she did it.
But there's a difference.
How so?
Because you drugged them to take a part of them. You raping them, basically. She drugged you to rob you.
I get what you're saying. I get the argument there because if we do it, we can actually still get in to where we trying to go. But for them, like, I get that.
Book what she said and what she did, France, what she said and what she did. She drugged them and then she had sex with them.
She didn't say that.
Yes.
I didn't.
Nigga, what are you
I didn't hear
listening
that part, but hey,
She
Oh,
drugged
yeah,
them
yeah.
and had sex with them, and while they were passed out, she took the money.
She's liable.
Right.
I'm gonna be honest.
then I'm all right with that.
Hey, that's a tip.
I'd be all right with
You
that
know what
one.
I'm saying?
If I wasn't getting the booty though, there'd be a whole lot of problems. I mean, that bitch the next night you dancing and shaking that ass on stage. Like, no, this bitch took my money. Look, like, I'm getting it back some sort of way. Girl, you better clap that ass. You better bounce that ass. You better see the girl twerk that ass. I'm not playing. I'm not playing with you, Father. I ain't playing with you. Or whatever your stage name is at that time. That's what I'd have been on.
I ain't right.
Just as bad. Just as bad.
I don't know what Cody talking about. If you up there trying to pay for some ass and you get got, nigga, you just got
You
got.
not
That's
pay
the
for
game.
ass. You brought somebody to the crib because you thought y'all had a vibe and y'all can actually do whatever. Drugs.
I ain't bringing that to the
Have
crib.
sex
I'm gonna go to a hotel.
and took your money.
Bruh, that's part of the game.
Hotel, Holiday Inn. Say what? I'm going
You
one of
didn't
those.
pay for anything, though, bro.
Bruh, that's part of the
her
game.
You brought her to chill, have a good time, and once y'all chill and y'all drinking together.
I didn't bring her to chill.
You
I
ain't
ain't bring
bringing to chill. You already knew you was exchanging money for that ass.
Surgical with it. You feel
That's
me?
not true. That's not true.
Mm.
That is not true. That is not true at all.
Oh, yes.
All you drinking at the club when we get here, it's boom, 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 boom. That's it. That's what you talking about. What we need to talk about. You know why you here. Ain't got
Why
a
does
woo.
she need to? So why does she need to drug you if you already know what's going on?
She slipped. She ain't drugged me at the spot. Well, we don't know the story of when she slipped it. You know what I mean? It could have been a whole private dance going on, and you had your drink there or whatever the thing is. It could have been a whole ring. You see what I'm saying? One of her homegirls
cool.
behind the bar.
That's
I got
cool,
one, and then there it is.
and that's cool to you.
No, I didn't say it was cool to me.
Bruh,
That's why
it's hard for me to feel bad for somebody when you're doing something illegal.
What are you doing illegal? You're sitting there. The scenario that Book just said, you sitting there having a good time, chilling. Go ahead, repeat it.
They was soliciting prostitution. That's what they was doing. Yes, they was.
No, they weren't necessarily.
Yes, they
soliciting
was.
prostitution.
they asked for some ass.
Yes.
Ass. That's the transaction.
That was not a part of it. What story are y'all hearing?
Bro, what story did you hear? How come everybody knows? Even Carlos Miller, you just said Carlos Miller said it. And don't nobody feel bad for no niggas you got, nigga. That's part of the game.
But
Shoot.
who? Okay, point it out and say where they were soliciting booty.
Bruh, you want to be their lawyer? They ain't on trial. My nigga, they ain't on trial. You want to be their lawyer, be their lawyer. These niggas was soliciting prostitution. They got. Keep on moving.
Okay, all right. We at a strip club. Are we soliciting booty because we at a strip club?
Actually, yes. We want booty shaking our face.
So we're soliciting booty.
We wanted to shake in our face. At that moment, we wanted.
Are we soliciting booty? Because we went to the strip club just to celebrate and have a good time, chilling. So are we soliciting booty?
Cody, when you throw dollars in the air, what do you want to happen?
I don't want no drugs in my cup.
But you want booty to come.
But drugs.
The dollars.
Booty comes with drugs in my cup. I didn't ask for drugs in my cup. I would have paid for drugs if I wanted it.
She said they go home, she drug them, and then she used to rob them, take their money.
You just said it, bro. She drugged them. She drugged them.
Yes. What are you not understanding? They solicited prostitution.
I don't want to be drugged. I could be a politician and don't want drugs in my system.
Don't nobody care.
You
gotta understand it. I don't care what you want if you soliciting prostitution. Whatever happened to you happens to you.
You're not soliciting prostitution. If you want to go to
they
a strip
actually
club,
did though. They actually did. They want to do a little something strange for a little piece of change. You see what I'm saying? So that's out there.
At least that wife gonna see this, and she gonna look at you like, "What you be soliciting at the strip clubs? Because you going extra hard right now." You know what I'm saying?
definitely going there. I am, because I'm saying when you go to a strip club, you don't want to be drugged.
I put it like this, though.
Going to have a good time. Them niggas went to get some ass.
How do you know?
Bruh, how you get robbed in? How am I?
Because you got drugged. because you got drugged.
Yeah,
If you get drugged, you can
Next
get robbed
topic.
too.
Next topic, bud. Next
You can
topic.
get robbed too.
Next topic, bud.
Well, I would say 1 second though. I would say though, for me is I've been in a situation not where I've gone and done anything, but we went to a strip club in Austin, and when we went out there, there was one particular entertainer, not a dancer, she an entertainer, who, while providing a dance to me in the corner, you know, as a man, I was liking what she was doing. So, you know, I hit it with the blick. Got to stick. All I know she did is she was like, "Oh, baby." I said, "Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm trouble like that." All I know she did is she treated me like a corn on the cob through my pants, though, and was like nibbling. I was like, "Oh, Cody!" I almost been like, "Bitch, you coming with me?" I'm sorry. I digress. I didn't mean to say the B word. Women, you coming with me? You know what I'm saying? Like, I was real close, but I was thinking to myself, like, well, how many other dicks you don't nibbled on tonight? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not taking you nowhere. I don't feel special. This is your job. You know what I'm talking about?
that remind me, boy. That remind me of Vegas, man. I was trying to say the boy AD, man. He went back to that boom boom room.
Oh,
AD
man.
about like 2 hours. CP Rub and
Operation Turn Up. That I can
too.
take back in
You
this
ain't tell us about that.
I know he didn't tell you about that. I
Share,
know.
Greg. Share,
I
Greg.
know.
Hey, Greg, go and tell a story, Greg. What happened?
I'm gonna leave it alone.
Nah, you know
Oh, man. You gonna blow it up now?
Yeah.
He in the boom boom room.
He was in the boom boom room for a good hour or so. You know what I'm saying? So he was out there giving his little cards at the time and everything. So, hey, you put your little musician cards down. He was out there, me and CP and Rel. I mean, it was funny though. But he was in the boom room for a minute. A minute. He had his little hat on. He came out and said, "Hey, you good?"
Hey, I got a story to tell y'all, but I want to. I put it on a different time. It'll be a different time.
Mm.
Yeah.
All right, that's great. That's straight.
It's close to yours, boy. It's close to yours, but yeah.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So in conclusion to that, we all gonna say that don't be drugging me if I want the booty. That's the bottom line. Don't.
I got one last thing.
Huh?
I got one last thing. When you go to the strip club, don't be trying to holler at the waitresses or the dancers and tell them they better than what the situation they in. They not. They obviously not. That's where they want to be at. Leave them alone. I'm talking to one person that's on here who
Yes,
so
sir.
happens to have a degree that's black. That's trying to pray for the people in the strip club. I mean,
So
that's not
then-
gonna happen. Don't ruin our night.
Talk about it. Talk about it.
Don't be trying to ruin our night because you up here.
I'm talking to the girl. I'm saying, hey, what you doing with this? You trying to strip for the rest of your life? She said, no, I'm in school. I said, okay, what you study? I'm having a good conversation.
She wasn't even a stripper. She was a waitress.
Same
Right.
Mentor
I had to move
before
on
he
and
met
talk
the
to somebody
children.
else. I moved off and talked. I was talking. We had a good conversation.
Cody tried to mentor the adults.
You.
That wasn't working, so he went to the kids. Let me get you like
Oh man. Leave them women alone. They got an honest job. They making an honest wage. Stop messing with women at their job. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I want all. I'm betting on black. I want all us to be better than what we think we can be. All of them.
You and Adrian should have teamed up then. Him giving out business cards and you try to, what T-Pain, you know what I'm saying? I mean, hey.
No, I was just having a conversation. I was out there. I wasn't trying to be in the streets.
Greg, he about killed the whole night. I'm like, man, what you
How?
we gonna circle pray in the strip club? Like, come on, man. They got these hoes out here, man. What you doing?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, shout out before we get to the next and the last topic that I got for you guys. The two new followers that I put y'all on, or that I think I give out any names, and I still won't. Just got a message. One says, "Hey, I listened to the podcast. Y'all are crazy." So I told him you won't be disappointed. You'll be so excited, but that was great.
Bro.
And then the other person, they listened to our very first live taping. And they said they watched the one where we was talking about the lace front wigs when we was in Houston.
Yeah.
And she said, but y'all are very, very entertaining. So yeah, it's good, man. So we got some, we getting them. You know what I'm saying? We getting a little community of MVP built up. So, I just want to say to those who have subscribed, I know Sugi had her friend subscribe, same thing, but she went all the way back to the archives. And because she got iTunes. So the ones from Anchor Dave, she was like, yeah.
Don't do that.
Yeah, she was like, who's Cody and LaFrance? She was like, they funny, but she was like, who Cody and LaFrance? Because she was like, I don't hear Dwayne yet. And I was like, oh, yeah. I was like, what's she on? You know what I'm talking? She was like, yeah, I'm on iTunes. I was like, oh, yeah, you listening to the beginning when audio is terrible. And, like, getting our groove, like, we got some jewels in there, but she don't need to listen to that. She don't need to listen to that.
Like, pass all that up. Yeah.
Go to us like,
Pass all that up.
Yeah.
whatever's on YouTube, that's what she
Straight to
did.
YouTube. Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, like I said, man, it just starts, man. Just spreading the word, man. Reach out to people. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, we only got this many subscribers. I need that +1 by the end of the night. You see what I'm saying? So, and honestly, if you tell somebody to really tune in and they hit you back with feedback, then you know that they'll actually pass it along. You know what I'm saying? So, had a partner out here, Prince. He was saying the same thing. He wanted to see what our take would be on the Nipsey joint because he was like, I listen to you guys. He's like, I can't wait to hear, how y'all chop that up and break that down. So I was like, well, I don't want to talk to you too long about it because it's fresh because then you'll hear my sentiments again on repeat. So I'll leave that for, when we talk about it. So I just want to say shout out to everybody that subscribed. And if you haven't subscribed, go on and hit that button, which, we'll say it again at the end of the show. But thank you for our new listeners and followers. So I just wanted to say that because I literally had just got a message. So
Word. That's what's happening.
That's good.
yeah. Where'd Cody go?
He probably went to the home room. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, it's cool. Well, I'll read it back when he comes back.
Mm-hmm.
The last one is, like I said. Oh, there you go.
Find my charger, man. Y'all got me running low.
You on 2%? You gonna mess up the fuckery?
Yeah, y'all got me low. I'm trying to find it.
You should
Keep
have
going.
All right. So, well, my last topic for you guys is as a parent. Okay, like I said, I'm not in this field, so I'll lead with what I have to say. But as a parent, would you influence your child to date only their race, one of age, or would you welcome any relationship that they so choose? Okay, so we're all black. Everybody's situation different, or whatever the case is. Boy, girl. You know what I'm saying? So, like I said, as a parent, would you influence your child to date only their race, or would you welcome any relationship that they so choose? All right. And like I said, I'll lead since I don't have a child or anything like that in my life. For me, I think we could tell by the person that I'm married to, her ethnicity, that I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? So I'm pretty much, hey man, if ever the blessing comes about for me, you know what I'm saying, where, we end up with a child or anything like that, then I don't think I would encourage, or influence their pick either way. You know what I'm saying? I know there's people out there that would like for it to just be what it is, and I don't find no fault in that. But like I said, I just want to hear what everybody else has to say. For me, since I'm married to a different race other than myself, like for me, obviously, how can I tell you to only date black kids or, you know what I'm saying, a black girl or a black boy, depending on what I got. And daddy didn't do it himself. You know what I'm saying? So I would just be like, for me, I'm cool. But with that, I would just say the person that you choose, understand their family at the same time. You know what I mean? Just because the person that you're dating might not be like that, kind of like know your surroundings in a sense. Like, don't put yourself in a situation where they look down upon you or anything like that. So that's all I'm gonna have to say about that. Like, so pretty much I wouldn't influence anything, but like I said, if y'all having kids, I just want to get y'all's, POV on
I'll
that. And
go
this
last.
topic
I'll go
brought
last.
to me by another fan that works with the wife in her office, Oni. So she wants to hear what we have to say because they went through a situation where somebody said something to them. So
That's a good question. That's a really good question. I'm glad you
yeah,
brought that one up. That's real good. I like that
My stance on that is basically, it could be any race, long as she love you, long as he loves, because I got a daughter. As long as he loves you, and he gonna protect you the way I would, I could give a fuck whoever it's gonna be. But they have to be, long as they love you and protect you that way, I think you can get over a lot of stuff. Like maybe some stuff you don't know about different races and stuff like that. I think you can get past that as long as you got love and understanding, that type of stuff. Am I gonna lie? Do I have a preference? I have a preference. Do
yeah,
I care, or am I going to like push her towards a certain race? Not at all. That ain't my thing. I could care less. Long as that person loves you the way I love you and will die for you, that's all I can ask for. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna lie, I would love for my daughter to be with a matter of fact, I got a daughter. I don't want her to be with no dudes. I'm just be real. I mean, I'm not pushing my daughter in a black, white, Hispanic dude. I don't want her to go to no dude. That don't matter. To be honest, if she came here with a white dude, I would just use that as an excuse. Nigga, you a dude. I don't like you regardless. You a dude. So I'm not even gonna sit here and lie like I even care that much about race. I don't even like dudes. So long as he loves her and respects her and gonna treat her the way I would and put his life on the line for her, I can only respect that. I'm not gonna stand in front of that. So that's how I feel.
got you, respect it.
Cody,
Greg, whoever want to get it.
Greg say one go last.
Yeah, I'll go last. 'Cause
Okay.
I got some inside intel, so
Got
y'all
one.
know.
Y'all see him hit you with the eyebrows?
Y'all know it's true.
Greg finally got some intel.
Yeah. Me personally, man, I don't care. Little man, I raise him just to love people altogether, so it doesn't really matter. His past girlfriends have been white at his daycare and stuff like that, and so I don't have no problem with it, man. It is what it is. I know my preference.
Why you air quoted white? Yeah, that was funny.
Like the air quotes.
if they white, they white. What you gotta?
She could have been mixed with something else. She could have been mixed with something
Florida
else.
white.
We as a culture like to say if you're not black or you're not Hispanic, you're white. So you could be mixed with other things and it's still considered white. So that's the reason why I did that. But
Okay.
yeah, he just loves beautiful women and pretty girls. So it doesn't matter, period. So we could be in a grocery store. He points at and talks to and flirts with anybody that's pretty. And I'm telling you, it's a wide variety. And I was the same way. You know what I'm saying? So I ended up flocking more towards a black woman because I felt like she actually would understand a little bit more of my struggle, like things that I go through day to day. And so I felt like it would be a lot easier of a sale when I'm letting you know what I had going on today, and you can kind of understand it type deal. And so that's just a personal preference. I have a lot of partners that marry outside of their race, whether it's just a wide variety of outside of their race. So I don't think there's any rhyme or reason to it. I could have very well been married to somebody else that isn't black, but I chose to marry a black woman.
I did it.
For my
I did
personal. What you said?
You did it.
What you said?
I did it. Go ahead, Cody.
You ready to jump?
That intel, bro.
I chose what I chose. And I'm glad that I chose what I chose because it confirmed, me having certain issues that I deal with, and being able to come home. She understands because she's of the same hue, and so with her being of the same hue, she possibly deals with certain things as well. So it makes it a lot easier at home, just with conversations. But as far as Jr., man, let him do what he got to do. Anybody that he want to be with, that's cool. As long as they love him and are with him for him, I ain't doing no tripping at all. And he knows that. He doesn't even see color at this point. And I hope he doesn't ever. But, it's going to be a point to where it has been points to where it's been pointed out that he's not like other people. And I have to explain to him, everybody's not going to like you. And so that might taint his preference as well. I don't know. I know that type of stuff would taint my preference. Like if somebody doesn't like me, you would tend to view people holistically. Like you're like, okay, all of these people don't like me, but hopefully he doesn't view it like that. That's how I would. But go ahead, G. Give us the low. Give us the inside.
What's the skinny, my man? What's the 411?
Nah, I mean, honestly,
be tactful too now. Be tactful. We on YouTube and everything.
Oh yeah, I'm good. It's, for me, I don't think it would matter. If me and Patricia had another child, or even for Emma, because she is mixed, even though she looks white, she's mixed. We tell her that, you know what I'm saying? My mom especially does. Besides, Patricia and stuff like that. But I think I do have a preference, though. Like LaFrance, you know what I'm saying? In a sense.
Yeah, we know.
Yeah.
I don't mean no disrespect. I was playing. I didn't mean no disrespect.
No.
All right.
We know. I mean, it's,
No,
I tagline or a t-shirt now. So. Well, you good, Cody?
Yeah, I said I don't know. What's the preference? What are we talking about?
That I like titties, bro. Just saying. I mean,
you saw him look off. You saw him look to see if Patricia was coming.
You good? Yeah.
That was clear. I can say it.
Let me finish, man. Nah, but honestly, there's definitely a difference between when you're dating and marrying somebody of a different race. It's a lot of challenges. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, it gives you a more appreciation. I mean, Book knows it. But especially, but like with Book is different, like, cause I don't even, yeah, it's different, man. But for me, I'm trying to be tactful.
I'm quite certain that this individual does not watch us. So
I know, but
I wouldn't be surprised. She watch everything Greg do.
I know, bro. Anyways, you learn a lot, and even with my current situation, with Patricia being both races, it brings me back home because sometimes I just see it one way, and she's like, "No, Greg, it's this way and this way," So it's good. But yeah, that's all I can say. No.
So he ain't say that. He ain't say shit.
Anywhere.
He ain't say that.
What? I didn't
Is
say
there an answer in there anywhere?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
Anyway, yeah, it's this way and it's that way, but
no, he started the car. He just turned it off.
I did, because I was about to put that hole in the fast lane. I'm trying to be tactful again, so
Tackle and explain something.
Huh?
You can be tactful and explain.
Yeah, I know, but my emotions will will not let me.
He did it the best way he could. It was good.
And the knows
a lot. Hercules, the Hulk. Yeah, Greg was on it, bro. Boy turned into the Green Man.
Yeah, I broke that door down, man. I'm just down. It had I ran through that hole. You know what I'm saying? Like I ain't even I literally ran through it. The white door I'm looking at right now. I don't know how I did it, but I ran through the whole door. You know what I'm saying? Girl, man, like I was Jerome Bettis.
You
Oh,
just, man, I ain't gonna say that, boy. Man, I'll leave it
nah, bro,
alone.
you know what I'm saying? Shoot, this is our stuff. Shoot.
Man, when the boy Greg moved out that house, boy, Greg took the only TV in the goddamn house, boy. Greg said, yeah, I'm gonna take that. Yeah, right here. Get that. Yeah, just put that in the back of the car seat, Franz. Go put that in the back of your truck. Yeah, we'll take that.
Oh, shoot. Bro, they never got
I
mad
mean,
at my
Travis
phone.
looking like, man, this dude bugging, boy. We gotta get up out of here.
She didn't get mad at you. Like, did you leave the remote control behind and be like, get that nigga the remote too? You gonna take anything else?
Man, I
Hey,
smashed
goddamn milk.
that so quick, bro. Man, it was worse than the milk, bro. It was worse than the milk. I took that whole
It
TV.
was. I didn't think nothing could top that. But well, yeah, y'all was married, so
Yeah.
Ooh, Greg did that. That was funny. I was, her mama was there, she wasn't there. So I was dying laughing. Travis was just looking at me like, man, stop laughing in front of that lady mama, dog. I was rolling.
I know this age of social media where everything is captured on camera, man. I just wish like our encounters and experiences, like we could tell you guys,
Yeah.
but if we just had video of some of this,
Oh.
No, I don't the stuff that I did. Boy. No. I'm glad.
I remember we went to the strip club and my cousin was recording.
Man, I was out there that night, bro.
Oh, that thing was hilarious, bro. He had. I didn't even know he had 2 phones on him. He was Kevin Gates before Kevin Gates dropped the song, bro. And this girl dropped a dime on him. You know, he out of state. He from New York, so it was different for him. I guess in New York, you could video. I don't know. The Texas got their own rules and laws. So, guy came up, the security dude came up to my cousin, like, nigga, what? You know what I'm saying? Like, hold up, bro. Hold up. We ain't doing that. So I didn't know. So I'm already on go. And I said, baby, stop biting on my corn. You know what I'm talking about? Stop. I'm like, I just felt like that was a great time to try to throw that in there. All come together.
Bro, you gonna you gonna make me tell a story, bro. Like,
don't tell it.
No. This is when DeMarcus was in there and Frost was like, the day before the wedding. And DeMarcus was having a great time. Frost was like, your brother know that ain't free, right? I said, dog. Boy, he had the same dancer all night long.
Greg, it was by 10 songs. 10 songs went through. I said, book. Yo, man, he had about $200-300 now, dog. You gotta get
He was just
wow.
And then he was like, oh, I didn't know I had to pay. I was like, nah, bro. Nah, I was like, it's cool, but that's why I didn't stop. I want you to enjoy yourself. You know, we all here to enjoy ourselves regardless of, you know, what transpired. Like, we just here to have a good time. You know what I'm saying? But the dude came up to my cousin and he was like, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, you was recording? My cousin was like, nope. So he was like, can I see your phone? He was like, no, you can't. So like, well, if you don't show me your phone, then I'm gonna have to remove y'all because, you know, they said that you was taping. So he was like, fine. So he opens up his phone, puts the passcode in, goes to his videos, and he was like, see, I ain't got nothing. And then the girl was like in the back, he got 2 phones.
Wow.
So the security guy was like, you got 2 phones? He was like, no. He was like, well, can I search you? He was like, no. We just gonna leave, man. We just gonna leave, bruh. So I was like, yo, that was a great time there, bruh. But what would have been better is I told y'all that same night my grandfather was in town as well. You know, he came from New York. This is Jamaican that I told y'all about. Before we left the house, I said, Grandpa, do you want to go? Want to go see some tits and ass? You want to go to the strip club with us? And he's like, oh, no. You don't say old man swear. No. You don't say, I'm all right, cool. he just want to play crossword puzzles and watch Wheel of Fortune on TV. So I'm like, okay, I get it. They both go together. You know, you fill in a box with a phrase. Maybe that's the word you're looking for. I don't know how they do it. You know, how the old mind works. So my mom calls me. True story. We are literally halfway to Austin. She calls me and was like, oh, man, your grandfather is up talking about where's my hat? He got a Kango, old ass niggas, Cody and Chris. He got a Kango. He authorized to use this, okay? He got that. So he's like, looking for his hat, trying to get dressed. And my mom was like, Dad, where you going? And he's like, I'm going with the fellas. I'm going with the granny. Dog, I wanted to turn around so bad and go pick him up, bro. But him at his age, I don't know if seeing them little young round rotunds would have. It might have did something that blood pressure pills can't fix.
Yeah, that might not be good with heart, bro.
I would have loved that, man. I would have loved that, and you don't even understand. I'm sorry, Mr. Officer, security guard. You gotta let me, you gotta let me get this in. You gotta be like, hey, anything my grandfather do say, I'm gonna give him $200. You find your little blue thing and have fun, brother. Grandpa gonna crumble it up and throw it at you because he can't tip it like, you know what I'm talking about? He gonna just crumble the dollar and throw it.
Yo, boy, it's crazy, man.
Oh,
Yo, Cody, did you say you had a topic real quick before we got up out of here, huh?
Yeah. This is with my barber. My barber done moved probably 2 times within the past month.
Mm-hmm.
Each time a little bit further out. So this last time, he probably about 25 to 30 minutes away from the crib. I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, you have these issues that you got going on with the people that you work with. I might need somebody closer to me. Am I wrong for trying to find another barber? Because I know how we are with our barbers. We loyal to our barbers. So he's doing this, he's moving. And he cut my son hair too. You know what I'm saying? He does a good job with him. So that weighs heavily. Am I wrong by trying to find somewhere else close?
No. That was easy. That was a good topic. Everybody unanimous with that one. That was a good topic. Thank you.
I don't need no barber. I don't need no barber. I'm sorry. I do my damn stuff. Brought to you, barber.
You good, Cody, man. That's your money.
I ain't driving no fucking hour for no nigga to cut my hair, man, please.
Hey, Stephen, come see about me, baby. You can't cut it like this. I did that to myself. I'll let me. What's happening?
Nah, Cody. I mean, I understand the loyalty. I mean, especially, you know, with us, like me and Franz and even Book at times, you know, Larry and Dave and them, they've been cutting our hair since 10th grade. I mean, longer than that. You know what I'm saying? So,
you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Sheer Talent Barbershop in Killeen, Texas, because he said I don't be shouting them out. So, hey, you know what I'm saying? Shout out, nigga. You know what I'm talking about? Shout out Dave.
That's Dave's shop, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Corner of Red Lobster, by Red Lobster. There's only one.
You know what I'm saying? You get a haircut and cheddar biscuit same time, you heard me?
You feel me?
But he's stingy on them sodas, though. Don't take a soda. He gonna want $1 for a soda.
He might check Greg. Boy, Greg just went in there, opened the refrigerator, got him a soda out like he lived there.
Yeah. All the work we did, Franz.
Fine on the
man. All them times you took your truck to IKEA, bro.
Greg said, I had some water over there. You can just keep the water. I just take the soda. Like, what kind of shit is that?
Hey, I was on my way out, Cody. You know what I'm saying? Same one right here. Thank you, Dave.
Greg, I know you ain't still got that same soda, Greg. You just got that soda. Oh, man.
Yeah, you good, Cody, man.
Yeah, man. Get up out of there, man. They got plenty of barbers in Houston.
Yeah, man.
I mean, no, but I'm saying, like, everybody ain't good with kids, though, man. Everybody ain't good with kids.
I feel you, though. You're right. But, I mean, or maybe even just be straight up with him, like, dude, like, man, hey, it's too far. You know what I'm saying? You cut JR here, like, maybe he'll, I mean, even try to give you a...
Sometimes they'll come to your house if you pay them a little bit more. Cut both of y'all up at the house.
He ain't gonna come to the crib, Cody?
Nah, I ain't paying for him to come to that crib. Nah.
Or just see if, I mean, where he live at. Does he live closer to you?
Nah,
Where you stay at, Cody? And where you stay at?
he stayed further. Like I'm damn near by your brother's house.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Well, I'm saying as far as going to him, I'm closer to your brother's house.
Oh,
your brother's
oh.
house is closer to him, so it's going away from where I am.
Right. I got you. Yeah.
What's his name? Shout him out, man.
Who? Oh, the barber?
Ex barber.
Will. But at the same time, though, the new spot that he's at, it's a beauty salon. So
They charge more.
he's the only barber there.
They charge more. They become a stylist, not a barber.
Nah,
Man.
he didn't charge more. He charged me the same thing, but I'm just saying, like it's a lot more women around.
Yo, shout out to Will. You had a customer, but your ass kept on moving. You had to find somebody else, nigga. Peace out. But you know what I'm saying? I think we had a good podcast, man. I like what we came with today, man. Book came with them nice topics, man. I like that.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Something
saying?
good. I knew we was gonna be a little heavy hearted, man. Like I said, just wanted to bring us up after the downfall. You know what I'm saying? So
Definitely appreciate that, man.
so
But anybody got anything to plug? Book, you got anything?
nah, man. Just take care of yourselves, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Brian said earlier, man. Just want to say I love you guys. All my brothers.
Love you too, nigga.
Love y'all
brothers.
too, man.
You know, my family, brothers, you know what I'm saying? My mother, my father, everybody, my nieces and nephews, my family, even my relatives. You know what I'm talking about? I already told you. There's two different meanings between family and relative. So I love everybody, you know what I'm saying? I just want everybody to take care of themselves and, you know, like you said, man, it's hard enough to just survive, man. We don't need to can't even word it how I want to. But just take care of yourself, man. Stay strong. That's it.
Gotcha. Yo, Lamonte, what you got, man?
P website www.strongwoman.me. I think she still do updates on there and stuff. So shout out to her for doing that. Shout out to Emma, her birthday tomorrow.
Happy birthday.
Happy
birthday, Emma.
So
Happy birthday, Emma.
Marcus actually, he turned 39 on the 3rd of April. So
Man,
yeah.
Shout out
to the OG, man.
man.
We're gonna try to get him on the episode, man. Maybe one day I go down to Houston or something. And,
Yeah,
get
for
him on.
sure.
Hey, check that though, Greg. I saw a picture of Emma the other day. I think Patricia was talking about where my baby go. And I was looking at her now. I was like, yeah, bruh, she looked like a whole lot of trouble.
Yeah, I tell you that.
She looked like, yeah, I'm about to tell something up today. These niggas don't know.
That's how she had about a bed. You know what I'm saying? Like what?
She made me look like, I see Greg.
Yeah, man. But shout out to them too, man. Their birthdays and stuff, and
Lovely.
even Westbrook, man.
Yeah, we didn't commend him.
You know what I'm saying? What he did, PG too, but of course, but especially Westbrook, man.
That's much harder.
Yeah.
That's a real dedication. Yeah.
That's all I got, man. Just take care of yourself mentally, man, too. Like Charlemagne and all that. I went to therapy this week. Actually, today I was off and making progress, man. It's tough, but it's a marathon. So I'm
That's exciting.
Right. G-Money.
Sure.
Yo, Cody, what you got, brother?
Same old, man. AverageBlackman.com. Outside of that, man, it's just would like to highlight people trying to do what they can for their people, whether or not it's trying to help out your family, trying to help out people around you, trying to help out different areas. Whatever you're trying to do, let's uplift each other. So just want to highlight that, man. Sure.
What I want to do next week is we're gonna highlight somebody. It could be anybody, famous or whatever. If it's somebody that's not famous, you have to send me their picture because I'll put them on there. But somebody you want to highlight that's doing something in the community, famous person, non-famous person, whatever. And then we have like a second. We talk about we give shine light on that person. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna start out with that. You know what I'm saying? Next week. One thing I want to talk about is if you haven't got your tickets yet, for the Avengers, you're fucking up. Thanos is ready to whoop some ass. You heard me? So make sure y'all get y'all Avengers tickets. I got mine. You know what I'm saying? I'll be there on the first Sunday that after the Sunday it come out. So I'll be there the Sunday. I already got my tickets. You heard me?
I'm going Wednesday night. It come out very early for us. It's gonna come out on a Wednesday. I'm gonna see it twice before you see it once.
But ours is gonna be 3 hours. You probably get about 1.5 hours. You know what I'm saying?
Ain't gonna be no sex in that. Ain't gonna be no sex.
They gonna cut a whole bunch of shit out of you. They gonna cut
Ain't gonna be no sex in that. It's gonna be war and drugs. Niggas like we just fighting. That's it. That's it.
Is it bad that in my heart I kind of want Thanos to win still, even though I know he gonna lose? I still want. Look at I got the big homie in the room, Thanos.
I hear you.
You know what I'm saying? So hey, I know you messed up.
People gonna die. Like that's off top. You know what I'm saying? Somebody's gonna die. So.
Yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah. Oh, I saw Shazam today too. It was actually.
You saw it?
Yeah, I saw it.
I got my tickets for Sunday. I always watch movies on Sunday, man. I like to go watch it on Sunday. It done died down a little bit. I like to go watch it after.
Yeah, I sat by some couple, man. Dude was taking his knee brace off, hacking and stuff like that.
Hey, that's how I go to the theater, Greg. When there's a long ass line, I go with my knee brace on. If I ain't got the ticket yet, I go with brace, my ACL brace, and my crutches. I got all that shit.
I'm on that NC so I can
be in line, and they be like, "Oh no, sir, come to the front. The Kuwaitis are so nice, sir. No, please come to the front." I'll be like, "Thank you, thank you," and I hobble up there. They do everything. They get your popcorn. They treat you like a VIP. They get my popcorn. They get my nachos like I like it. They get wifey her popcorn as well. Her jalapeno, all that water bottles. So just please go inside. I said, what?
Yeah, that's cool, man.
With it.
Yeah,
make sure
I'm gonna go see it in Temple though. Right.
The Captain Marvel. As much as y'all was saying y'all wasn't feeling it, it hit $1 billion. So
I didn't say I wasn't feeling it.
Oh, I liked it. I liked
You
it.
didn't see that?
yeah, all right, my bad. I digress. My bad.
Oh,
Pardon me.
it was good.
All right.
Make sure y'all subscribe to all our platforms, you know what I'm saying? Our YouTube, our Instagram, all that, you know what I'm talking about? We constantly updating. I try to update at least once every other day or so, but I ain't gonna lie, this Nipsey thing been having me a little heartbroken. So if I see something, I put it up there, but right now I'm taking a little break. We will be back to uploading a lot more on Instagram here in a little bit and Facebook. But until next time, I don't know what else. Watch this. Odin. Oh, there you go. Son of shit. Odin.
It didn't do it that time.
It ain't doing that time.
Odin.
Nope, not that time.
Odin. They should So until next time. Like we say every time, embrace your inner kid, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Greg, what does that say?
Let me.
Okay, Greg. I'm trying to be a little light, and then you bring
No, I'm saying it's a good book. It's a good book.
I appreciate you. What you got? What you got, book?
I ain't got no music, but I do my dance now.
Don't do your dance now, man. Record it for me later and send it to me. I'll put it at the end of the podcast, man.
All right, because I can do it to anything. I can dance to anything.
You the broke me. You know what I'm talking about? But
So
until
do
next time, man, we gonna holler at you. It's the MVP. R.I.P. Nipper Tito. We'll see you guys in heaven one day, man. Y'all take it easy.
All right, fellas. Easy.
Peace.
Pray for me. Pray for book. Do everything